Testing. I'm doing a video, recording it to my computer. Just taking the what do you call it again? The screen sharing that's connected into my to my computer using a lightning cable. I was having some issues yesterday. I was just trying to find a way to, instead of streaming it that way, because it causes a lot of problems, for right now. Until I can figure out a better way, maybe I would have to use a stream it, but then like have the information. I mean, whatever. I mean, like we'll figure it out and later on, But anyway, this video is always about daily training with Matt Khan Academy, being able to understand and build a mindset for mathematics. It really takes, in my opinion, something that will um, it really takes the opportunity to learn how to think about math, and it really helps for me because I want to get into graduate school, and I want to be able to kind of have a mind for numbers, and being able to like understand these things really requires me to work on every single day to really transform my mind to do these things. Now I'm doing this today at 4:30. I kind of was supposed to do it earlier this morning, but I don't know, when I start working on several different things I get stuck with doing it, and because I want to continue I want to get to a certain piece before I stop, which is okay. But I'm trying to push everything to get done earlier in the morning, So with that being said, let's go ahead and get set done today. We're supposed to do two-step inequality word problems. I did that. I'm gonna go back to multi-step linear inequalities, and we'll see if I can get more points in that during the quiz. All right, so 1 second. I'm just gonna go ahead and. All right, so let's get started. So we're going to solve for x. Since reduce any fractions to lowest terms, don't round your answer, don't use mixed fractions. So we just want to reduce any fractions to lowest terms. So we're going to just look at this like we do before. We have 4x plus 4, which is less than or equal to 9x plus 8. And this is kind of like saying this, and all right, that's kind of like what we're doing, even though it's, So what we want to do, we want to get x on one side. So we're going to put x on this side and cut that out. And we could bring this down, or actually, we'll bring, which this would actually be, and this is canceled. This brings down to 5x, and then we would this would give us 5 like that. This would cancel out, and it'll be 4/5. And they set up here, don't round your answer, and don't use mixed fractions. So mix, yeah, this is, I remember I was saying improper fraction is like, no, this is a mixed number. And this is a mixed number, and this, so this would be an improper fraction. So I'm gonna just swap this over. Oh, I don't want to do that. Yeah. So we can't use a mixed number. We have to use an improper fraction. So you can basically say, negative 4/5 equals x. Oh, forgot that. Yeah. It shows us here that once I get the 4/5 down, that doing? Yeah, it's not a plus. It was it, and the reason why we're doing that is because we have a negative on this side. So it's actually flipped the other way. Try again or move on. Oh, is it really complaining about the where it is on the screen? Right, it is. It does matter. It does matter because of the fact that we actually have. We're trying to say 4/5. We want to say 4/5 is greater than or equal to negative 4/5. X is greater than or equal to negative 4/5. So you move on to the next one. So the next one we're gonna go and we're gonna pay attention to that. I don't know if I should read the inequality, but maybe I should actually try to use it with the inequality there, so I don't remember, I don't forget. So I'm going to keep the inequality. I'm going to keep this greater than less than symbol here, and we're going to do the same thing again, where we're going to put x. We're going to try to get y by itself on one side of the equation. If you put negative 7y minus negative 7y, you add these together, and it will become negative 12y, and then you have plus 13. Now we can have this here, and we can put this over this side. Now we can do the next piece, which is going to be negative 13. So positive 3 minus negative 13, or what basically would be a negative 10. And then we would all have the negative 12. So we have to remember that we're still going to have the y. We have a negative on this side. And I remember them saying something about when you have the negative on one side, you have to flip it. So this will mean that we would have because that's what then that's
Zen has been summed up.
Then you have y, and then you have here, right? And there's negative 10. So we would say we would put this and gives this negative 12. There we go. Am I missing something here? I shouldn't have flipped it then. No, what did I do? Oh, yeah. We were supposed to bring it down to lowest terms. So can't always forget that. Okay, so we have here. Here we put the 5 here. We know 5 goes in here. It would be negative 5, and this would be negative 6. So we just get rid of this. So let's go ahead and that. And then we still have the. Why is it? Wait, what happened? Did I do something wrong? Let me see something. Yeah. Oh, right. And also, when we have this, when we bring this down and we flip the side, see, it says subtract 3 from both sides, add 7 to both sides, then divide both sides by 12 and simplify. So we will just go ahead and you have to just put, once we flip this side over here, we still simplify. Why is it? All right, anyway, let's move on to the next one. All right, inequalities. All right, fun stuff. Inequality. So we have negative 42v plus 33 and less than 8v plus 91. Now we have this less than, right? And then we would have, yeah, and then we're gonna bring this down here. Bridges over here, right? This could cancel out. We end up with a new answer, which would be 36 plus 8. So it would be 36. Oh, that would be 50. Because negative is positive. And then this one, we have 91 minus 33. I'm going to do this with the calculator. And now we would have something like this. It says we have this V here, right? Don't forget the V. And then we will just, put negative 50 here, negative 50 here. This would end up with a negative V. And negative times negative is negative. Yeah, negative would be a negative. It's be a negative V. And then we have this, and it will say negative 58 over 50. We can't, that doesn't divide properly. So knowing that if negative V, let's just put that in negative V. We didn't do any multiplication or division, so we don't have to worry about that. But we do have this 58 negative 50. Yeah. So what happened here is, I think that's right. Or is it because if I put this, I gotta figure out what I'm doing. I think I'm doing something slightly bit off. Let me see what I did wrong. Oh, okay. Multiply both sides by 1. Subtract 8v from both sides. That's what I did here. Whoops. Let me make sure I'm doing right. Okay. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go down here. It says subtract 33 from both sides. That's right here. Subtract 8v from both sides. 8v is okay. Then we have multiply both sides by negative 1. And then what happens is that when you multiply both sides by negative 1, that's a negative times negative is a positive. When do we do that though? It looks like we do that. Oh, I think I see where we do that at. We do that here. So what happens is that let me go ahead and try to get a thinner. So when we have 50V, negative 50V is less than 58, right? We have something like this. Or see negative 1, is that negative 1, right? Well, actually, you know what happened? I think that, why does it, I'm trying to, what happened? Multiply both sides by negative 1. If we multiply both sides by negative 1, we end up with negative 50. Negative 50, and you end up with a negative 58 on this side. All right, and then when we do the negative there, we do that. And then then when we get this negative 50 here, this is when we have it by 2. So it'll become 29, and that becomes 25. I'm still not catching it. Why did we inequality sign flip? Yeah, The inequality sign flips because we order negative numbers differently from positive numbers. For example, 2 is less than 3. However, when we multiply both the sides of inequalities by -1, we can see the inequality flips. Okay, -2 times -3. The inequality, so I should actually, I'm going to take this and I'm going to really take this thing here. I want to make sure that I'm catching that. And let me put this in my inequality Khan Academy. Almost done. Okay, so and we can do the screenshot. I have it. So that's basically what that is. So so we have to kind of go back. 29, 25. This goes away. Oh, I didn't flip the sign. Yeah, that is really confusing. That's fine though. We'll get it done. Almost done. You have here 54x plus 64 is less than or equal to 49x plus 59. Now what we do is we will go to 64, right? And we'll cancel that out. 64 will come on this side. Now, when we have a positive 59 minus a negative 64, we're going to get -5. Then we have here 49 minus x, 49x, and we have here greater than or equal sign. We have this 4x here. This is still going to, it's not, I don't think that doesn't get any numbers around it. So what we do with this is that we could bring this over here. And this would be -40. So 54. So you have 54x minus 49x, which would be 5. That's weird. Wait a second. Okay. So we have, this is 5 and this is -5. Okay. So with that being said, we will go ahead and we will do the x here and x over there, bring that x. I feel like this is actually still wrong, but I'm going to read the actual form so that way I can go ahead and make sure that I'm doing it properly. So the inequality says the inequality sign flips because we order negative numbers differently from positive numbers. For example, 2 is less than 3. However, when we multiply both sides of the inequality by -1, we see that the inequality flips between -2 and greater than -3. And it says, in general, if u is less than k, then it follows that -u minus -k. So once we get here, which is inequality flips when we order negative numbers differently from positive numbers. So if we don't, I'm not multiplying that, but x, I'm gonna just try to do it. Actually, I'm not. I think I'm gonna leave that right there. I think that's fine. It's gonna still be x equals that, and it's gonna be, that's gonna be a -1, right? Yeah. So that's basically that one. I'm gonna try to do it again one more time, the two-step inequality word problem, and then continue with the quiz. So let's stop.